These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with Mountain Goat article, quote, Iraq central bank reserves exceed the ceiling of $87 billion. Yes, 87 billion reserves already, and it is just the end of September. They will reach way over 90 billion as projected by the end of the year, and will probably reach over 100 billion even. Yet the CBI says they have no intention of completing the project to delete the zeros or raise the rate of the dinar against the dollar. Why? If this is not corruption, I don't know what it is. We know for a fact the economy of Iraq supported way over $3 dinar back in 1990. The situation of Iraq now is way much better with higher reserves and much more gold reserves. In fact, they can almost back their currency totally with gold now. Norv, aka Guru Caparoni, the good news is they are not going to implement delete zeros. Quote, there was a proposal to delete the zeros from the dinar, but it was not implemented, unquote. Norv says the dinar is getting stronger, and the very reason they will not delete the zeros. The dinar value will naturally rise as the economy grows. Caparoni says there are several news articles regarding the central bank reserves reaching 87 billion and discussion of the new 20,000 dinar note. Militiaman article, quote, economists going to print a currency of 20,000 dinars will cost Iraq a lot of money, unquote. Militiaman says there has already been allocations of large sums of money to print new currency issuance, and it has been recorded and expensed by the CBI in 2018 era. At this juncture in time, there is no reason to print something that has no real effective utility, in my opinion. They have 100K and 50K notes for internal usage for large transactions. Mark Z via PDK, we are in much better shape than we know, said from the community member. Mark Z says, I agree with you. We are just waiting for that shoe to drop. Sampson article, quote, the central bank announces the achievement of the largest cash reserve in its history. The central bank's reserves exceeded $87 billion, which is the largest number that the Central Bank of Iraq reserves reach. The Iraqi currency is very strong because the reserves constitute 130% of the source of circulation from the funds in banks and others. Michael Cottrell says, I think right now it could happen at any time for any reason. We are at the right stage, the right time, and the right players are stepping up to the plate. Frank26 question, why are they printing another 3-0 note? When you look at it from outside in, yeah, it's rather confusing. Frank says the 20K's number one priority is to suck in as many 3-0 notes as possible. A 20K note makes more sense than a 25K note, especially when deleting the zeros. In my opinion, the CBI is prepared to educate the citizens on monetary reform. In my opinion, these 20Ks were printed a long time ago. Bruce via Wiser Now, we've got two major sources. One was military, one was treasury. Today they were telling us almost the same thing, to look for our notations, start our exchanges in the next 3 days, meaning Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Was it supposed to happen by the end of the month? Yes. Are we supposed to start tomorrow or the 1st of October, which is Saturday? The answer from Bruce is yes. Pimpy, until this issue with the political parties is resolved, the president and prime minister are selected and the government is formed. You're not going to see any changes to the Iraqi dinar. And no, this isn't fake news. This is news coming out of Iraq. Lastly, Mark Z via PDK question, what should the rate be for the dinar? Mark Z says, many believe the rate will be about $4. I believe we'll get a higher rate for the oil for dinar program, which should be a couple dollars higher.